Asatryan, the founder of the Nurik Association. And can you tell us something more about the Nurik Association?
Actually, I would like to start my talking with you with some impression of my mind. I love your country, Italy, and you know that both Italy and Armenia, they are two of the most ancient countries in the world. We have a lot of similarities, and it is very good. So it will be very well and very good to have more tourists from Italy to Armenia and from Armenia to Italy. What about my association? It is an NGO which is called Armenian Young Women's Association. This is the NGO that I founded in 2004, and during that time I with my team we had a purpose to empower women in all aspects in different areas in Armenia, especially in economic field and in political field. Later during our activity period, we mostly started to be concentrated on women economic empowerment, as we recognized that women economic sustainability is one of the most important things that make women and their families, and why not the communities, to be much more independent, to be sustainable, and to be more developed. So we started to encourage women in different areas in Armenia, in rural areas, in urban areas, providing them some skills on business issues, some consultations, and also some financial assistance to start their own businesses and even to be self-employed. This was our first approach even more than 10 years ago. And on this line, we also started to promote social entrepreneurship development in the country, because we underlined that social entrepreneurship is a very important issue in the world already, and it was still missing in Armenia, but through it would be possible also to empower more women, not only to have their own businesses and to be self-sustainable, but at the same time to have some responsibility on social impact to the communities. So we started also promotion of social entrepreneurship. And what about the Nurik you mentioned? Nurik is the social enterprise of Armenian Young Women's Association, which officially started its operation only 2 years ago as a registered company. But of course, the first steps of this company we started to do since 2008 through providing different types of, again, access and support to women in different areas. But 2 years ago, we already started to have them under the umbrella of Nurik Social Enterprise, through having Armenian different types of introductions to visitors, not only tourists but also local people, and from sports area up to cultural area, historical activities, etc., etc. Today Nurik has also one physical space. It is a center where tourists and visitors can visit. They can be provided with Armenian traditional eco food, made by
homemade.
Yes, homemade, and with traditional recipes which are very typical, mostly for that region in Armenia. And at the same time, we provide also different kinds of master classes, such as making Armenian traditional doll, or making Armenian bread in the oven, or in the Tonish Armenian oven in the ground, or making Armenian arishta, it is Armenian noodle,
okay.
Or making holovat, which is barbecue, you may know already. We make also these kinds of master classes on food. So we organize also gastro-tourism activities for people who are interested in this sphere. as well as hiking tours, guiding tours, and very recently, only 1 month ago, we started the first professional rafting activity in Armenia. So today Nurik also has and owns a rafting club which is called rafting.am. Through all these activities, of course, we promote first communities development, communities social and economic development. But we come to this point through women, because women are empowered by our activities and they are involved in all these processes, and the members of their families, not only women, because I myself also recognize that working only with women, it is not a solution. So we need to have general approach to women, to men, to family members, even children. And when I'm speaking about our social enterprise, Nurik, by the way, we have just also founded our Nurik Travel, which is starting to work on incoming tours to Armenia. All these components of our social enterprise, they have social impact. So what does this mean? It means that the profit that we gain through our business activities through Nurik Center, Nurik Travel, rafting.am, etc. We then direct our profit to our NGO, Armenian Young Women's Association's goals in implementation in different regions of Armenia, providing additional skills to women, providing them some financial support to start their business, and also we promote education amongst children, amongst vulnerable groups of young people on nature safe or social responsibility, on entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship, and these topics are many, of course.
But Nurik, what does it mean?
Nurik, it means small pomegranate.
Okay. Small why? It's a symbol of the state, because we saw everywhere these.
It's very
small
good question.
Yeah.
I like this question because I don't have answer of it. Armenia is very famous with not only apricots, you know, but also with pomegranates. And the area where we started our first Nurik Center operation, it is again very famous with pomegranates. So we thought that some name concerning to pomegranate, it will be very good, also symbolizing it. Not Nur, which means pomegranate, Nur, just pomegranate, but little pomegranate, which is also some cute, thing. And not only we, but also people like this name. It means small pomegranate.
Good. What is the current situation of the women's rights in the Armenia at the moment?
I will start with some prehistorical fact. Women's rights, they have been much more empowered in Armenia since the beginning of the 20th century. And you may know that Armenia is one of the country, it is the first country in the world that provided women not only right to vote, but also to be voted in 1918. So during this time, Armenia has this opportunity for women not only to vote, but also to be voted, to be nominated as MPs in different areas. And in the world, the first woman ambassador, again, she was a woman, Armenian ambassador in Japan. So it is our pride, of course. But during the time, the situation somehow was changed. And of course, today, Armenian women, they need much more empowerment and encouragement to be on their real place, especially on political sphere. Here we have some, again, encouragement from the government during the recent times. We have also some quotes, some regulations, legislation which empower this. But of course, as a woman, I also do believe that mostly it is coming from women. and we never should wait for some regulations to be provided us to be nominated or not to be nominated. We should be proactive, and we should take our role, our responsibility in the society to be either in political sphere or in business sphere or in public sphere. Why not? Because it is also very important to encourage, and to encourage through us other women to be much more sustainable.
Lilit, now we are going to Iran, and that's your neighbors, but its society is totally different. In your personal opinion, could coexist an association like Nurik in an Islamic Republic?
Very good question. Again, I would like to speak about not only Nurik, but also Armenian Young Women's Association, which is a base of my profession, actually, and it is a base of Nurik. Why not? I believe that people in any countries, they are the same, especially women, because women are nature blessed, and they have the same power, they need the same empowerment, they have the same goal, the same vision in the world. And why not? We will be very much ready and be interested in partnership in other countries, also including Islamic countries. I would like also to mention that Armenian Young Women's Association has quite experience to work with Islamic countries, as we are a member of World Association of Women Entrepreneurs, which unites more than 100 countries in the world, and of course there are not only Christian but also Islamic countries in this association, and we have quite good collaboration inside the World Association of Women Entrepreneurs. At the same time, through Nurik and Nurik Travel, we will be very glad to have opportunity to host our guests from Islamic countries, and also to show the diversity of our history and our culture.
Do you have some new project, and what's your aim for the future?
For the future, I personally have a lot of projects, and a part of them is connected to Armenian Young Women's Association and Nurik Center, Nurik project actually, which is a social enterprise, just repetition of it. And we are eager to establish Nurik centers in other regions of Armenia, because such centers provide employment opportunity to women and people from vulnerable groups, not only women but also people with disabilities, youngsters who are being educated through Nurik educational projects. And at the same time, through Nurik project, we also introduce Armenian culture from the wide aspects to our visitors. So it's a very important and educational and useful project actually for all the sides. And we have quite big also requests from several regions of Armenia, communities that ask us to go there and to establish such centers, which will provide a lot of services and a lot of assistance to the community development too. So it is one of my future projects for what we have considering to Nurik and Armenian Young Women's Association. And at the same time, I have a project to establish women's entrepreneurship business incubator in Armenia, which will be another stage of women economic empowerment in Armenia.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we have a last question. What do you wish us and for our trip to Mongolia?
I want to wish you good luck in your activity to Mongolia, and after Mongolia, why not to continue your work, to include more countries, why not to visit Armenia again?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
great,
I'm
yeah.
sure we will have also more opportunities and more success. So as we have now, and you will see all this, and I do hope that through your project, a lot of visitors from different countries will start to travel to other countries to see the cultures, heritage of different countries, history, to be aware on this. And I wish you a lot of possibilities of having efforts, enthusiasm, to continue your work and to continue to be ambassadors of such important project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.